Welcome back. You're still tuned into Power Breakfast, and let's now bring you the trade setup for the day. We have our research team here with exactly that. Mangalam, Ekta and Surbhi all join me now to prep you up for this trading session. Guys, a very good morning to all of you. Ekta, coming to you first. Take us through all of the domestic cues that we should track. We were, of course, looking at the global picture as well.
Thanks for that. Well, yes, yesterday the markets did close little changed amidst what was a volatile day on weekly expiry day. So the Sensex fell around 36 odd points. We had the Nifty, which fell around 18 odd points. FIIs continued to pitch in, so they net bought around 837 odd crores in equities yesterday, and the DIIs net sold around 200 odd crores. Now, in terms of the global markets, the US markets closed mixed as Disney results really dragged the Dow lower. We had the US Producer Price Index for April, which saw a further slowdown to around 2.3% versus 2.7%. Core prices slowed to around 3.2% as well. The debt ceiling meeting between President Joe Biden as well as the other leaders that was set for today, in fact, has been postponed to next week. So that would be something that the markets would watch. Separately, Bank of England has now raised rates to 4.5%, 12th consecutive hike which has taken place by Bank of England. So that would be something to note. It is now the highest since 2008 in terms of rates. Asia mixed at this point in time. SGX indicating a lower start. Brent crude is a bit lower as well, so that would work well for us. In terms of results today, we have a lot of results to watch out for, so it is going to be heavy in terms of the weekend. Cipla, HPCL, Tata Motors, Colgate, Dish TV, IOB, DLF, to name a few. So a lot of different results from different sectors which will be out. So that'll probably determine the intraday trajectory as well.
All right, Ekta, thanks a lot for running us through all of those cues. But let's now also talk about the individual names that you should track in today's session. We have Surbhi, who is standing by with that entire list of stocks. And once again, a lot of earnings. Surbhi.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for that. So we have a couple of earnings that we are watching out for today. The first one is Eicher Motors. The numbers were better than the CNBC TV18 poll. The revenue came in at 3,800 odd crores. EBITDA came in at 934 crores. Margins came in at 25% versus our poll of 23.7% and a net profit of 906 crores. Moving on to Siemens, again the numbers were better than expected. Revenue of 4,900 odd crores. EBITDA of 621 crores. Margins of 12.8% versus expectations of 12.2%. GSPL, the numbers were largely in line with the poll. The revenue came in at 443 crores, EBITDA of 295 crores, and the net profit of 224 crores. Deepak Nitrite, the numbers were largely in poll in line with the Motilal Oswal estimates. The revenue was up 5%. The EBITDA was down 15%. Margins came in at 17.7% versus Motilal expectations of 16.5%. And lastly, Intellect Design, the revenue was up 21%. The EBITDA was up 13%, and margins came in at 22% versus 24% same time last year.
All right, Surbhi, thanks a lot for that. That is the entire list of stocks that we are tracking in terms of important results that came through. Finally, it's over to Mangalam, who joins in with all of the cues from the futures and options space. Mangalam, we closed marginally below that 18,300 mark. How's it looking this morning?
Well, it's a Friday morning and the SGX Nifty is indicating a dip. The question is, will bulls go ahead and buy that dip or not? Because so far, all the big dips levels closer to that 18,250 have been bought in the recent past. However, what one can't take away from is the fact that the Nifty continues to face congestion around 18,350 to 18,400. In fact, if you just take a look at this week itself, on Tuesday, which is May 9th, we had the Nifty high at 18,344, and from there it closed about 80 points lower. Yesterday as well, the high was closer to 18,400, and there towards the end, the Nifty fell about 90 odd points as well. And that's led actually by the Nifty Bank, which is facing supply. Yesterday, it hit a record high, and then it started to decline from there itself. In fact, all of last couple of weeks, on May 5th, the Nifty Bank fell about 900 points from the highs. This week on Tuesday itself, we saw a 335-point decline as soon as the Nifty Bank crossed past that 43,500 mark. And yesterday, after a record high, it fell about 300 points from there. So that's an important thing to watch out for. The other factor that did not work for bulls yesterday was, while the FIIs continued to buy, this time around, the purchase was lower than the average of this month, and as a result of which, the net inflows by institutions was just about 600 crores versus the 1,000, 2,000 crores that we were seeing in all of last week itself. The FIIs also added some short contracts, about 8,000 short contracts, and this means that the long contracts, which were close to 49%, have inched marginally lower to 47%. That brings us to the range. So for the options that expire next week, the the street is working with a range of some supply around 18,400. That explains the writing at the 18,300 call, but they expect some support around 18,200 to 18,250, which is why the 18,300 put has been extremely active. Watch out for a couple of stocks, a lot of short positions added on Dr. Reddy's and L&T, and some longs added on Adani and Asian Paints.
Okay, Mangalam, thanks a lot for taking us through all of those cues from the futures and options space. But with that,